had a dream last night. You opened your eyes and you sat up in your bed. You saw me and you smiled. You reached out to brush aside the hair that had fallen in front of my eyes, and I didn't protest this time. Do you remember the first time you tried to do that? I almost broke your wrist. Sorry about that, by the way. You were just so full of yourself. You were just a merchant, a commoner, strutting around the palace like you owned it. I wanted to wipe away that cocky smile from your face so badly. Going out of your way to flirt with a royal knight every chance you got. The sheer audacity. You're lucky to be such a close friend with the crown prince. Or else I'd have done so much worse. I think... Perhaps not. You apparently saved his life once. Beats me to this day how exactly you did such a thing, so... You'll forgive me if I still have my reservations, but... The prince trusts you. And I think I understand why. Please. Wake up. Your face looks so peaceful. So soft in the moonlight. Can you hear me? Can you dream? Can you feel my hand? My little sparrow. I miss you. I went to the training grounds this morning, you know. It was mostly empty. For the first time in a long time, I picked up my old sword. I practiced swinging, practiced my stance, footwork, feints and jabs, parries, slashed at the empty air. And every once in a while, I turned around to look at the pavilion, expecting to find you there, with that annoying little smirk on your face, checking me out while I was training, for heaven's sake. You always showed up to flirt during practice, like clockwork. And I know I just rolled my eyes and ignored you, but I promise not to do that now. So, if I go to the training grounds again tomorrow, do you think you could come visit me? Please? I'm sorry for bruising your wrist. Okay, not really. That's what you get for trying to touch a woman you don't even know. But then, what you said afterwards as you lay wincing on the ground struck me. You said you knew me. You used to brush aside my hair all the time. My little sparrow. I can't even imagine how you must have felt. Coming to see me every day. Hoping I'd recognize you, but I just couldn't remember who you were. Can you ever forgive me? You told me on that night while I was rubbing your wrist with ointment. In your chambers, in the soft glow of the oil lamp. The corridors and hallways of this place were hushed, silent, sleeping. There was only the sound of rain, falling over the naked world outside, and that's when it clicked. You had changed so much. Your hair was wild and unruly. There was this strange wisdom in your eyes, only seen in the eyes of one who has traveled far and wide, witnessed humanity at its very best, and at its worst. And indeed, you told me you'd been traveling for a long time. You became a merchant after your family moved away, and then years later, when you found yourself in the Old Kingdom, you decided to come visit. You followed the same dusty trail, the same fading cobblestones, where we once played as children, my darling. You heard from one of the locals that I was a knight for the royal crown now, and that, apparently, was enough reason for you to start living here. Your friend, the prince, was trying to play matchmaker between us, wasn't he? You two concocted such silly, elaborate schemes, like something out of a romance novel. I don't understand why it never dawned on you guys to simply tell me the truth. I don't know how I failed to recognize you, little sparrow. Your smile, it should have told me everything. But here we are. At least your wrist has healed up, and I still love you. I never forgot you. I'm sorry for making you feel like you were all alone. You're not. I'm gonna be with you until the very end, all right? I'm not leaving your side, and I won't cry. I won't. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. So please, just open your eyes. Look at me. Look. I'm still wearing that pendant you gave me. The memory shard is glowing especially bright tonight. Do you know what I see in the glass? It's that sparrow. He has returned. And we're sitting on the bench by the lake. I point out how much the bird reminds me of you, and you're shaking your head inside the memory. Then I call you Sparrow and you hate it, so I decide to keep calling you that. You're as cute as that bird, just as curious and wise, full of stories and fragile like the bird. You make me want to protect you, to care for you. But that has never stopped you before. You always accompanied me on my campaigns, insisted on riding with me and sharing a tent with me and just worrying me to death. It wasn't safe for you. What do you think I'd have done if you'd got hurt? I was always the one coming back to you. Was that never enough? Your face still looks so peaceful, unchanging, but I can tell what you're thinking, what you want to ask me. No, I'm not mad. I'm happy you were by my side on all these long and cold nights away from home. Earlier, before you came back into my life, I'd sometimes lie there on my bed in the dark, unable to sleep, and try to remember your face, the sound of your voice. Try to imagine where you were, and what you were doing in that moment. Were you with someone else? did she make you happy? And did you still remember me, my sparrow? But there you were, pressed up into me, snoring away softly. I could smile now and nuzzle you back. I could never tell you how much you meant to me, how much you still mean to me. You used to tell me stories on some of those nights. Stories of kings and queens, dragons and sea monsters, forgotten worlds and charming little coffee shops. You used to sell stories as a merchant. Some of them, I suspect, you'd written yourself. And you always had a gift for magic. The scenes and the characters in those books came alive. People could hear and feel what they were reading, almost like they were inside. I used to love it when you shared your stories with me. I didn't want to push you away. I really didn't, but you always put yourself in danger for me. And it was my fault. You loved me too much, and it scared me. I am the commander of the 12th Regiment, a knight handpicked by Her late Majesty. I can't mix duty with love, muddle allegiance with affection. Or so I thought. After the incident, we agreed to remain friends. I needed you in my life, but I couldn't let you get hurt anymore. It doesn't matter what we were. You still are my best friend. As long as you were safe and still a part of my world, I could be happy. I could be happy. I could be. I was wrong. I was wrong. My sparrow, I never should have ended things. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I was the one who ended up hurting you the most. You found me after so long, and it was blissful. It was a dream. Why'd I have to wake up? Why'd I have to break your heart? The glass is changing. Look, my darling. The pendant feels so heavy around my neck as I'm reliving my memories. It's a picture of your room. The oil lamp by your desk is still burning. This is from a month ago. I didn't know what to say. I could tell it hurt you just to look at me. Your eyes change when you're in pain. I was about to leave when you stopped me, and you told me the story of how this world came to be. Do you remember? It was nothing in the beginning, just a great tree in the middle of a dark plain. No stars in the sky, no cicadas in the field, just the tree and silence. After a long time, a boy came along and found the tree. He knelt before the tree and closed his eyes, bringing his hands together as if in prayer. Then, suddenly, lightning fell from the sky and struck the tree 7 times. On the first, the sun began to burn. On the second, the moon began to shine. The third, the oceans of the world began to churn. Fourth, a sapling emerged out of the soil. The fifth made the clouds and made them rain. The sixth gave rise to all the stars on the universe. And 7th. A heartbeat. The boy heard a heartbeat, different from his own. He opened his eyes and found a girl sitting in front of him, staring at him all puzzled. The boy blinked. Now, there were two. There still are two. Isn't that right, my little sparrow? Don't leave me. You have always been there for me. You have always helped me walk when I stumbled, made me smile when all I wanted to do was bury my face in the pillow. You said you'd always be with me, no matter what. You liar. You pushed me out of the way and took the curse upon yourself. You knew there was no coming back. I should never have let the prince convince me into letting you tag along like old times. All I wanted to do was protect you, but in the end, it has always been you protecting me. Why could you not have fallen for a nice, normal girl, my sweet? Why do you have to perch in the palm of my hand, little sparrow? You look like you're gonna wake up any minute now. You're breathing like you're just asleep, and your hand feels warm. I can hear your heartbeat, but this is the 7th night I've come to see you, and you still haven't woken up. The physician said you'd not be returning from the world of dreams, because it's a much nicer world than here. I know magic too, and I know this curse won't lift. You won't be waking up. This is the 7th night and the last time I come to see you. I won't be visiting you anymore. I can't keep doing this. It's more than I can bear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish to give you a gift, since I won't be seeing you anymore. It's not much, but it's all I can give you right now. I'm going to give you my life. I know magic too. It takes a curse to undo a curse. A soul for a soul. I know you understand, even if you might not accept it. Well, my darling, you don't get a say in it. I don't want to live in a world without you, so you'll just have to keep living on my behalf. All right? You have to live. You have so many stories that you still have to write. You can't die. I won't let you die. I love you. I'll love you in every world, my little sparrow. I'm gonna start the spell now. Okay? You winds that hear my will, carry my words into the depths of the earth, to the frozen realm. Let her hear it. Let the lady see the signs I weave into the air with these hands, the invisible sigils I trace. Let her see, for I know she's too cruel to be blind. That you claim to be impartial, don't you, Lady Death? Then take the trade. The night winds on which I whisper, They bear witness to my will. I give you my soul in exchange for his. Take it. It's done, my dearest. Soon, you'll open your eyes. Do you mind if I lie beside you until then? I can feel my hands turning the faintest bit of cold. My eyes are getting heavier. The spell takes a while to complete. You don't mind if I hold for a while, right? You feel so good in my arms. I've been wanting to do this again for a long time. I said I'd stay with you to the very end, didn't I? I'm sorry. It seems I am a liar too. Hey, Sparrow, will you make me a promise? When you wake up and find me sleeping beside you, could you please not cry? I'm afraid it'll rain inside my dreams if you do. And it'll just remind me of the first night I spent in your room. And then I'll feel sad. I don't want you to see me sad. I want the two of us to always be smiling in my dream. Don't cry, all right? I won't be there to wipe away your tears this time. Sparrow, did you just squeeze my hand? It's getting harder to keep my eyes open. But you're not supposed to wake up until I'm gone. Am I already imagining things? That must be it, isn't it? I'm just tired. Yeah, that must be it. My sparrow? You did it again. Are your lips twitching? I can't see. I'm so tired, but... Darling? Is that you? Are you giving me a sign? I can't tell if you're starting to wake up on your own, or if it's just the spell already taking effect, or if this is even real. You want me to stop the spell, don't you? That's why you're doing this. You're trying so hard to... I want it to stop too. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, my darling. I want to be here when you open your eyes. I don't want to leave you. I don't know what to do. My sparrow, what do I do?